Okay, here we go. I'm burning my sage here. And while we're burning this, I want you to say to yourself and repeat after me, okay, Elysse?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day.
I am so grateful I get another day here.
I'm so grateful I get another day.
And I am beautiful.
And I am beautiful.
I am love.
I am love.
I give love.
I give love.
I am healthy.
I am healthy.
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I have loving relationships.
I have loving relationships.
I have healthy relationships.
I have healthy relationships.
I give loving relationships.
I give loving relationships.
I give healthy relationships.
I give healthy relationships.
I live in gratitude and love.
I live in gratitude and love.
I'm a badass.
I'm a badass mofo.
And this is going to be the best weekend ever.
This is going to be the best weekend ever.
I love you, Friday.
I love you, Friday.
I love you, universe, angels, God, higher power, whoever works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, thank you, thank you. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Okay, I'm ready, baby.
I'm ready too.
Yeah, it was a good way to start the day, right?
Hell yeah.
I'm trying a different angle because Lori said that it was a little too dark in here last time. So I'm trying this to see if it lightens up a little bit for us.
I turned up a little bit of light in mine.
Okay, let's see. Somebody wants to join in. Let me open up a seat here. I'm just learning this, so bear with me, guys, okay? This is my first one. Here we go.
Hey, what you just did right now is you hit the checkbox, and the checkbox allows the person to come into Blab. So you're going to have a couple of options. One, if you think that you like someone just said something nice, there's going to be a set of clap hands. Now, those are going to be props. So I'm going to tap on I'm going to give you some props. So that way that you'll know that if you like someone's comment, you can tap on someone's prop. That shows appreciation and support of that particular person. Okay?
So how are you doing today, Kevin?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Where are you calling?
So I heard that I am from New York. Where are you guys from?
Oh, Georgia. Georgia.
Oh, okay. Well, I found someone named Tara McMill, I think, and she does ADHD support, and I'm a big support of ADHD, visual impairment, all types of disabilities. So I just told her something that I'm a big support advocate for all types of disabilities. So I'm going to give her the site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her the group so she can join. It's for anyone that has a disability or anyone that likes to learn, you know?
Okay.
So I heard that you're an artist. Is that correct?
That is correct.
What type of artist are you?
I do all types of art. I do it all.
Okay. Here's the group.
Hang on. Can you see that angel up there? There's one of my art pieces up there. Can you see it? There we go. Is that good?
It's a NFI.
No, that was actually my banner. I was talking about the angel above it.
Oh, as you have not known, I'm visually impaired. So if you see me with a weird camera angle, that's because of like my eye control. Like I can't have I'm not as normal as what you think of. So like I'm trying to let moms, wives know that they have to be aware of me personally. So like, you know.
Well, you know what? There's no such thing as normal, so don't feel bad. Nobody's normal.
No. Would you know
in the slightest?
Like, would you know anybody that has a disability?
My daughter does.
What type of disability? Oh, I know what dyslexia is. It's a reading disorder.
Yes.
It's a reading disability.
Yes.
And And I have a very good and informal site that you should really check out. And there's a section on dyslexia. And I will give you the link. So
Okay, well,
give
let
me
me
a
ask
couple
you
of...
this, Kevin. I'm so glad you called in, but I want to tell you about our topic today so we can stay on topic, okay? So
I'll
this is
try.
you can do it because here's our topic. Our topic today is about God smacks. And if you don't believe in God, you can just say like a universal like aha moment, light bulb moment, anything like that. But that's what we're talking about today is something that's happened to you, a favorite story or something recently where, you're like, thank you. And it was something that made you make a turn in your life for the better. Do you have one of those stories?
Oh, well, like, not exactly, but what I'm doing is spreading awareness, but it's not actually technically God's the way, but it is showing people how it is. Like if you
I'm
believe
not
in
saying that
God,
this has to be God's way. This isn't about preaching about God at all. This is just about if you have a moment where the universe or, something bigger than you.
like
Change
I
your
like to show the world, I like to show the universe what I do and what I'm actually doing. Like that could be a moment. Like I have some moments where I ask people questions and they just ignored me or something. Like I have good moments where I'm actually talking to a mom about their disability and how it affects. Well, it could be any type of parent. Like this is a good moment because I like to talk to different moms
Okay.
about like what I do for the universe in terms of like spreading awareness with people with disabilities. That could be a thing.
So maybe you could start doing some blabs on this yourself.
Well, I'm actually more of a musician type of blab, but like I do a lot. So, and I just followed you, so you don't
Oh,
mind just following
good.
back. So like,
Good.
Elysse, is that you? You were telling me that your daughter has a disability,
That
Elysse?
that was Nina.
Oh,
What was it?
Was
I
it?
thought it was you. I get so confused.
It's
I'm not
okay,
sure if my
sweetie.
daughter has a learning disability yet. She's the only one.
Aw, thank you,
Okay,
Moonbaser,
wait.
1967. That is
What
so
did he
sweet.
say?
Hey,
That's
Kevin.
Lori.
What?
That's Lori?
Yeah.
Aw, I wish Lori would get in here.
Yep.
Lori,
Kevin,
get in here.
Kevin, we got to stay on topic. We're talking about fun little happenstances that happen in our day that kind of help us maintain our faith when we're having a rough
Hi,
time.
mommy. I got to follow Lori. And Jean, anybody that wants to come in, please. Call in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow Tara in the room, and I'm actually gonna be nice and actually let someone else in. So I'll see you later.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Here's Lori. Thank you, Kevin. It was nice hearing your story.
Yep. Thank you.
Lori, it might take you a minute, so don't hang up, especially if it's your first time. Hang on, okay, babe? Can you hear us? Lori, can you say something?
Or like write it in the comments.
Now we all know what year Lori was born. 1967. Mm-hmm. I was born in 68. Okay, so I guess we can't hear Lori right now.
Oh, technical difficulties.
Yeah, do you think I should exit her out or just leave her on and maybe she'll come through? What do you think?
I want her to watch a tutorial. Perhaps. Okay. They never asked me to do one. Perhaps you could just
Oh, that's funny.
like open it up in a new window or something and then pretend like you watched it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about one of my God smacks real quick while we're holding on, okay? This happened last night, and I think you might have seen it, Elysse. So in coaching class, Universal Coach Institute, which I love, 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 would recommend to anyone, Coach Aisha, we're doing that together. So in that class, one of our exercises that we had to commit to was to do something, that we needed to work on or whatever that we would commit to and be accountable for and report next Thursday on what we did, right? So I said that I was going to commit to doing a blog, 2 blogs by next Thursday and write it down and all this good jazz, right? And I get on Facebook last night and right on my news feed, right there, first thing is Lakeisha's post about. Did you see that? I was
yes,
like,
I saw this morning.
Yeah, I was like, you must be talking to me. I love how that happens, don't you?
Yes.
Love it. And so I had to say something to her, obviously, because it was like, no way, I can't believe this, right? What are the chances? And so it was just another, and I had already kind of started, and obviously I'm taking it very serious instead of being a procrastinator and slacking off like I did before. And I'm really loving all of the signs and symbols that we're getting. Do you want to talk about one of the gazillions that we've gotten until somebody calls in?
Oh, sure. I will say that this life coach class has really got me like, the normal fear that everybody has really got my ass in gear for sure. Like I have to hold myself accountable. If I feel afraid to do something, instead of wallowing in that fear, I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to do it. And I guess because I'm holding myself accountable, because I do have to check in and I am talking to all of these people and I'm learning all of these things. And, in order to be a helper, you have to go through those experiences. Right. So that's one of the things. There are so many, gosh, I have to rack my brain on them. Hold on a second.
Well, we could also let's talk about this one. This is a great one. This was this week. This was Monday, right? We did our protection prayer. We heard a few things. And so you call me after the protection prayer and I say to you, I'm like, it was either Saturday or Sunday. I was like, so I keep hearing 333 and seeing 333, everywhere I looked, I saw 333. And then I told my husband and he was like, well, what's 333 divided by 3? And I was like 111. And when we first got together, 111 was our thing. It meant I love you. It was just our thing, right? But as I was telling you the story about 333, and I hadn't got to the 111 part yet, right? And I was trying to say, I should probably look up what the spiritual angel meaning of 333 is, right? But as I was telling you, you were ordering and you said, holy shit, did you hear what my total is? It was 222, remember? Yes, so it went from 333 to 222. And right after you said that, my computer beeped. And I said, holy cow, it's 111. Because that's what I was trying to get to with you. And I said, let's look it up real quick. So we looked it up, I was like, oh, the more I was reading, I was like, holy cow, this is it. This is what, this is the money, what we're talking about, where we're going, what we're hearing. And it was such validation from the universe, right? And we were like, yes, thank you, all this good stuff, right? And then, and it was talking about manifesting. Be real careful what you say when you see 111. It's the most powerful number, all this stuff. And we were like, yes. And then, I don't know, what was 10 minutes later or so, you go, oh my God, Nina, today is 111. I was like, you just can't make it to figure it out. You just can't. Like, how? Right? That's just one of the many like we've had. It's just not ongoing, but I know for sure that I'm stopping when it happens and I'm saying, thank you. Like I'm definitely, I agree. So that's
if you don't, if you stop and say thank you, you're really opening the door for more. And then that, little things add up to big things. And then that, eventually your life is going to be filled with all of these validations of just that life is really magnificent and that there are intangible forces that are guiding us every step of the way. We just have to get our head out of our asses and pay attention.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true. So, does anybody want to call in, or does anybody have any questions, or even a
come on
anything? You can type it if you don't want to. Call in. You can cover up your screen. High five to everybody out there.
That's all I got to do.
Let me give you a kiss too. Mwah. Okay. Nobody wants to call in, huh? That's okay. Hey, Nikki. Hey, JR. Yeah, there's lots of people in here. Oh, look, there's 11. Perfect. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah, of course. There's 11.
Yeah, it says 11, at least. Okay, nobody can leave. No, I'm joking. Everybody has to stay because we're big 11 number girls. We're into numerology. Okay. Oh, good. Somebody's calling. Jean's calling. Yay. Here's our girl. Okay, hang on. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
No, it just depends on
there it is. Oh, yay. Hey, Mom.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm glad I put. You're so cute. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'm glad I put makeup on this morning.
We can hear you.
No, we can hear you. It's gorgeous, darling.
Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. Well, I actually had sent you guys a message earlier. I kind of had one of those experiences this week, and I didn't realize it until I was meditating this morning. But one of the things I just wanted to add to what you were saying is like you said, to be aware, to listen. I had this real bad habit of, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. And, if I had a focus on something, I was going to do it regardless of whether I was getting messages that I need to slow down or that maybe this wasn't the healthy thing for me. And there have been times I've ended up in the hospital, but it was really, God's or the universe's way of protecting me from something that I was trying to do. So I do believe in everything that you're saying, and it is incredibly powerful. And I also think that we have to be conscious enough to slow down where we're paying attention and watching. So I just wanted to say yes, that I love this topic, and you guys have wonderful, wonderful advice. I don't know. I feel tongue-tied.
Don't feel tongue-tied, please, girl. It's nothing.
You can get tongue-tied, but don't even worry.
Yeah, don't feel tongue-tied, girl, please. I'm so glad you called. So, do you have a God smack story for us or anything? Has anything happened to you where you've been like, what about the Redbird with me?
Okay, so I have to tell you a little bit, right? Exactly.
Wasn't it, Jean? Was that this week? It was, right?
Yes, you said that Redbird, and he was on your window or something, and then he flew to your head.
Right there behind me, right there.
Yeah, you told him to wait so you could take a picture, and he was staring at you the whole time.
Well, he was tapping on the window. He was latched onto the screen. Did you ever see? I was joking with my sister. Did you ever see Salem's Lot back in the day? You probably didn't, Elysse. You're so young. That vampire horror movie long ago. I was in college, and I would go when I was young. She was in college. I'm my older sister, and I'd listen to Donna Summer while she was in school. And then at night, they would watch horror movies on. We had like 5 channels, right? But it was called Salem's Lot. And these creepy vampires would do this on the windows, right? And it scared me to death, absolutely. And so I made my son, who's now fixing to be 24. I made him watch it when he was about 10 or 12, and he was like, "Oh, mother, please, this is nothing, whatever." I don't even watch it. I was telling Holly, it reminded me of that movie. I was a little scared to turn around. I swear to God, because
I know.
That message, and I didn't. So,
well, it just occurs to me that it just occurs to me when you said that when we were younger, Dad used to, when we lived in Florida, we would keep our windows open, and Dad would go outside and scratch on the screen to startle us.
That's how St. Luke's Lot was too. That's so hysterical. Hey guys.
It's so true. It's so true.
That's so funny. It's just so weird how it all, if you just give the message and stay open, how it just all unfolds easily, It's crazy, right?
It's so true. And right, and to just be open and pay attention, because the signs are there if you're just willing to just slow down, take a deep breath, pay attention, and receive it in. I think it's pretty wonderful. You guys have been very instrumental in helping me get there. So I will let someone else call in.
Well, you can stay on. I've got the seat open. Somebody else can call in if you want to stay on. Does anybody else call in? Yeah. And so somebody else.
Another thing for those who, because there are a lot of people who don't necessarily have those visions or those happenstances, but they get those feels, like, the little validation goosebumps, or you just feel like there is an angel or somebody who's passed or anything, that they're standing there with you, and you just immediately think of them. Don't chalk that up as coincidence, because 9 times out of 10 it is. And
well, you're so right, and I'll just share with you what happened last week when we were in Maine. It had come to me that my mom would come, show herself through yellow butterflies. Well, we're in Maine, of course. There's no butterflies out when there's 6 feet of snow, but we saw so many yellow cars, yellow Corvettes, yellow like Volkswagen bugs, and my niece, who I was there to visit, was commenting on all these yellow cars, and I just thought, okay, maybe that's just kind of my mom. And I saw a redbird, which I hardly ever see. Well, on the way back, we had just incredibly strange travel delays, which we travel all the time. We never have travel delays, to the point that we couldn't even get home Sunday night. Well, I had jury duty Monday, so I was really, really nervous. And I was asking my angels, I said, just prepare the way. Please let us get home, because they're kind of serious about jury duty here. And I just had this immediate peace, one, that we weren't going to make our flight, and second, that it was okay. It was just this insane peace. But yet inside I'm like, no, I have to get home. I have to get home. So, and I had such a peace about it that I thought, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe we will actually make our flight, but we didn't. Well, come to find out, the trial that I would have been on a jury, I guess potentially picked for, was particularly heinous for this area, and it would have just been awful. I mean, I would not have done well. And it didn't occur to me until last night. I thought, okay, I do believe that all of these forces were in place to keep us from being here. I do. And I think that there were signs kind of along the way if I'd have just
we've got a few stories about that, don't we, Elysse, ourselves, about how the universe has kept us away or kept things from happening. And the minute we realized that it was because of that energy or that person, then it all happens beautifully, easily, unfolds easily. All these things. It's crazy how that works out, right?
It really is.
Mommy Benjamin, hello.
It really is. There are so many times, like take the life coaching class, for instance. I for some reason, somehow, shape or form, I knew I was supposed to take this class. And Aaron actually had sent me a link that showed me the cost of this class compared to the cost of a class that I was really wanting to take. And then I saw that and I was like, holy crap, it was a $3,000 difference. So then we go on to Lakeisha's Blab, where Coach Aisha she's doing an interview, or Lakeisha is interviewing her, and she discounts the cost of the program to half off. I mean, completely half off. So it's $500 to get an all access pass to the life coaching program,
and
right?
It's only for like that one weekend.
Yeah, that was it, like 4 days. And then it turns out that, I think that Friday, the lab was on Thursday. Friday morning, I wake up and my car was having issues. I pull into the mechanic because they had I had my baby with me in the car, and I was like, okay, we have to go to the mechanic. And lo and behold, the total was $525. So I was pretty bummed out. And then like 20 minutes later, I was like, this can't happen. You are a badass, first of all. Second of all, it's okay. Somehow, some way, this is gonna work. And I got to sign up, I'm taking the classes, and I got to pay $500. So it all worked out, and I'm a firm believer that if you're following your path, the correct path, everything will work out just fine. All the little points on the sticks, your ducks will be in a row, everything will feel just right. There will be no fear, no nothing that's going to stop you.
Exactly. And I think you just kind of hit on something. There's a little aha moment with me where if you are having to fight and struggle, maybe you ought to take a step back and say, maybe this isn't the right place, because it should be a little easier.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
I've noticed that too. Like, it's so easy, just so easy. Hello, Trevor. Because, I think we enjoy it. So it just is, an easy thing. Whereas, I was learning about history or math, forget about it. It would be tick-tock, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Then I'm all over it.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because while we're in that, like for me personally, every time I attend that class or I read the notes, it's like I'm being reminded what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it all just makes sense. There's nothing that's confusing, nothing at all. So I know that I'm on.
You're like lagging. You want to refresh? I think you need to refresh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Not you, Jean, Elysse. I think you're okay, Jean.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not lagging. Did you hear her lagging by chance? It sounded like she was in water or something. Yeah, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I have.
I thought maybe that was.
No, it happens sometimes with her. I'm not sure why. It even happens in class too. There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's.
Okay, I can't hear myself. Are you guys? Everybody good?
You're good. You're perfect now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep going. Sorry, I just want to be able to hear you, babe.
No, that's fine. I was just saying, and it doesn't necessarily, with anybody, you know what I'm talking about. Like, those things that you thought that you really, really wanted to do. Like, shoot, for me, all of my endeavors in college. I was in college for 6 years, and I got no degree. But,
Wow.
Afterwards, now that I'm on my correct path, I realized, it just wasn't for me. It's for other people. But, at this point in time, I would rather, it just feels right doing this. Everything I was all the way into a radiologic technologist program, and I made it in, and then some things happened, and I ended up failing out of the class by 1 point, and they could not give me any kind of, give me any kind of leeway, say, it's 1 point, it's no big deal. No, I had to get out. And of course, that really bruised everything because I worked so hard to get in that program. But now realizing that that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help people in a different way, not staying cooped up in a hospital all day.
Right.
So,
exactly.
It's just an example. There are so many different things. Like, even with being psychic, it was a very hard thing to admit to myself. But yes, it is, Angie. It is, I do believe.
What does it say? Isn't 1 the co-creator number, Elysse?
Yeah, I think it's the co-creator number. 1 is the number that is for creation, I do believe. But just like with being psychic and just, it felt right. I know that that's not just what I'm supposed to do, but it felt right. And, a lot of other people had problems with it. They didn't, it was very hard for them to accept. However, I'm pretty damn good at it. And, I have to recognize that within myself.
Well, yay for you girls. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And love you.
Love you.
So I'm going to. I'm going to go. Love you guys.
Okay. Hey, is that Glenn in the back? Oh, I thought I saw Glenn behind.
I saw somebody sit down. I'm like, ooh, is it a ghost? Not really.
And I loved that it was him, she said. That's funny. Dang, I wish he wouldn't have hung up before we could have seen him. I asked Ralph because Ralph's here. He was supposed to golf today, and he didn't. I was like, you want to come be on the show? He's like, no. I'm like, how come? Come on, come be on the show. Anyway, I wanted to say, I saw where Lori, I wish she'd call back in. I saw where she said that, I think it was Lori, that she was singing that song this morning and she didn't know why. And then I had it because I was hearing it this morning too, to play that. And then to say, when we were smudging, normally I'm like, higher self stay, negative and evil, go away. That's kind of like a quick, yes, the happy song. Yeah, it was her. Okay. So it was Lori. So that just shows how we're so connected, and we all, don't even have to talk verbally on the phone, the internet, and we can still feel, hear, and see each other.
Absolutely.
I'm thankful for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep, indeed. It's funny because we are all interconnected. There will be times when I'm thinking about somebody and I'll get a text, or I'll call them and they're like, "Oh my God." And we do that to each other all the time. So
yeah, we do.
It's just weird because you get, you'll immediately, you'll be folding laundry and then all of a sudden you think about a certain individual and they either call you or, they'll validate for you maybe a couple days later. Hey, I was going to call you this day. And you're sitting there trying to do the time frame and you're like, wait, holy crap, that just happened. Yeah. So,
and I know another really good Godsmack story we could share. And Lori knows about it. I think I even told Jean a time or two. Was about when we went to we were just hanging out, doing our thing, and I kept seeing that we would do the psychic fairs at an art gallery. It wouldn't be like a metaphysical store and all that, and we talked about that for a year, right? And then I got the phone call from Marketplace 120 because they wanted my art there. And yeah, Lori's like, yeah, we did. Mm-hmm. And this was like for at least a year. And I kept saying it because it was just not your normal place that you would do psychic fairs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I got that phone call, and I went the minute I walked in, and of course they wanted me to sell my art there and stuff. And I walked in, I was like, oh, this is it. This is where we're going to do psychic fairs. This is the place. Holy cow, I can't believe it. Yes. And I just knew that. And then they were like, oh, no, we don't do that here. It's all art, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, but I know, I'm telling you, and then I got a message from Archangel Raphael. It was the first time I ever got a message from the archangels. And they showed me a message, a gift that they had given Lori on her. Or it was Archangel Raphael, one at the time, that gift that he had given Lori. Mm-hmm. And I talked to Lori, and Lori validated. Then I cried because I'm thinking, holy cow, I'm getting messages from Archangel Raphael. This is crazy. I can't believe it. Right. And he was basically just saying, hold that faith with what you were seeing about the psychic fair, because it's going to happen. And then it did, and we've been doing it. So there's another beautiful example of, one of those God hacks, because even and then we found out with Marketplace 120, remember, because at first they said no, and I kind of pursued it, and I was like, because I knew that was what I saw. So I was going for it, and it didn't work out. And then we realized, wait a minute, we had asked maybe a few people that we probably shouldn't have for our energy and what we were looking for the vibe in the place. And when we removed that, then it happened. They were begging me to have it. Yeah. Then they were like, please, come on, I want you to do this. Let's do this, and it was like, whoa, what happened here? Yep. So, and then I could hear Archangel Raphael say, that's because we were clearing out that energy. Tell her, and Lori saying, tell everyone about how you were running up against blocks.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Then realized wasn't meant to be, running up against blocks at another place.
When there was that one facility where you just felt, God, I want to sell my jewelry there. They kept asking you to do it. And
yes. Hey, Charlie, welcome.
Being able to do it, like every time you were even remotely close, something would happen, and you weren't able to do it at all.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I actually thought that I was supposed to be in that place. And I actually thought that place was like my end all be all. Like I couldn't do it anywhere else. There was nowhere else for me to do it. I was stuck in that mindset or that spell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I realized, when I walked away and I got, this place that's so beautiful and so me and so everything that I love, because there's so much beauty and stimulation there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Thanks for following me, Ben Grundin. Sorry, I probably said that wrong. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty amazing. That was like, wow. Thank you, universe. I just don't know what else to say. Thank you, God, angels, universe, all of it. Thank you. I feel so honored and blessed. Oh, we're getting a phone call. Here we go. It's Benjamin.
Hello, Benjamin.
Yay. Hey, Benjamin.
Hi.
So what are you guys, psychics? What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about those weird, not weird, those little happenstances that kind of give you validation along the way, along your path. Like, I'll give you an example. I was on the phone with Angie, it was last week, and she was telling me about this book, right? And I had been getting these signs that I needed to read the book Meditations with by Marcus Aurelius, right? And I'd been getting signs and signs and signs before I was talking to her. And then we're ending our phone call and she's telling me, she's like, my husband got this book from his boss. And it's such a cool guide. I mean, it's a guide version of spiritual stuff, right? It's so much easier for him to understand. And then she spit out, like, I almost crap myself, to be perfectly honest, because she was like, it's called Meditations with Marcus Aurelius. And I'm like, you've got to be shitting me right now. Of all books, that's what you say to me. So I chalk that up as a sign that that's a book I need to read, like hardcore need to read. There's another one I've been fighting with myself. There's this planner called a passion planner, and I got the drive to purchase one online, and the one that I want was at the end of the day was $40, right? So I think that was, I don't remember what day. And then a couple days later, I'm doing laundry and I pull out the laundry and no joke, $40 just came out of nowhere. I asked my son I said, son, is this your $40? He goes, no, I have no idea whose money that is. And I was like, what? Holy crap. Are you kidding me? And then I asked my husband, he said, I don't have $40 in my pocket.
Affirmations, ignorant, nothing goes your way. This is not me feeling sorry for okay, so but somebody wrote in, I'm going to read it because other people can't read it or the replays. It says, yeah, you can do everything right. Believe, have faith, just everything right. Be positive, affirmations, and yet nothing goes your way. This is not me feeling sorry for myself. This is crap happening over and over. People have nicknamed me and my hubby's job from the Bible.
I think it's
and I am very intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, and astrology. Do you want to call in, Phoenix, so we can talk about that? You can cover your camera up if you don't want to show your face, and we can discuss that.
Can I ask a question? So you're psychic, right?
Yep.
So how long until I go completely bald?
How long what? How long until he goes completely bald?
Yeah.
Well, according to your life path, I don't know.
I will tell you something. You know what? No, I'm going to tell him something. This is the truth. So I lost my hair. I lost this hair, all this hair. I lost it 5 years ago through stress, and I had a terminal disease. I was doing a treatment, but it was really from the stress is what it was from. And I believed and prayed, and I just over and over said, I'm going to have goddess hair. I say now, I should have said I was going to have a goddess body, but I said a goddess hair. But I will tell you, I did some research, and believe it or not, lemon essential oil in a spray bottle's great. Coconut oil straight up. Ask Elysse. We do it on our eyelashes because I'm 47 years old. So my eyelashes are little nubs until I started doing coconut oil on them. It feels weird. It sounds odd because you're oily, but it's great for your hair follicles and all that. You should try it. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's amazing. Coconut oil is where it's at. Make sure you get the I have found a big difference between the organic. There's I believe it's unrefined and refined. You want to get the one that is unrefined, organic, not pressed, because it's easier to cook with the one that's been cold pressed and all this. Hang on, let me go grab it and I'll show you the one that I use.
Hi.
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? What's your name?
Kim.
Do you go Kim?
Kim.
Kim? Okay. Did you want to say something? Did you want to chat or?
I mean,
Hold hold on just a second. This is the one that you cook with. This is
Coconut oil?
This is coconut cooking oil. It's the Expeller Press. The ingredients are refined cooking oil. I was using that. It worked great. But then I found this stuff. It's Calapo, or however you say it. This is completely organic, not pressed. It's just put into the can. This one has it's a lot easier to work with. It's a lot easier to put on your body. And some of a lot of the vitamins and stuff, because it's not been pressed, it's still in the actual coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
So
But you don't cook with that one?
I don't cook with any of them because I don't cook with very much oil, just because I like to, I'm a reformed, really bad eater. So I like to stay away from oil unless it's olive oil. But coconut oil is great to cook with. I just haven't tried it yet.
If you substitute vegetable oil and like chocolate chip cookies for coconut oil,
See, you can eat cookies and grow your hair.
Yeah.
Now if I could just grow my teeth back.
So on a
Well, you could get really nice.
what do you guys like do? Like, what's a psychic? What can you guys predict? Can you guess the number I'm thinking? I mean, I don't.
I mean, we can. I mean, we could, but for the way that we work, psychic's kind of a. It's a term.
It's not like we're doing a game show host here or something. Yeah, it's more
credit
about
than
like,
that.
keeping you on your life path for your highest good. For any kind of like question that you might have, relationships, things like that. We're not going to tell you when you're going to die. We're not going to tell you lottery numbers. We're just not about that. We're not here to play. This is all therapeutic to help ourselves and others to grow spiritually and evolve and become better people and souls. That's what we're about.
We also always set high intentions. We make sure that we're talking to only those beings that are of the light, who are of our highest and greatest good, angels, ancestors, whoever, your certain beliefs are. For me personally, in every single reading that I give, the different energies that come in, there's some that, like I was doing a reading for a lady who had she had more of a Wiccan past, and that's the messages that I got. But there's also people who speak to angels, and you can feel the angelic presence. So everything in everyone is different. But for us, we only like to deliver those messages that are of your highest and greatest good and move you forward positively on your path.
Positive. Do you ever use a pendulum?
For me, like, how does that work?
Yes, I do, Phoenix.
I do too.
I love
And I read angel cards as well.
Yeah, I do too.
I was going to get some. I
So
just haven't gotten
I
that
can
yet.
do some cards for you if you want. What did you say, Kim?
I love that. Sorry, go ahead, Benjamin.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, what'd you say, Ben?
So, can you do a reading for me, or how does this work?
We can do a little one. We've only got a few more minutes, but we can do a little one. Do you have a specific question you'd like to ask?
Yeah, what's my future going to be like?
What's your future going to be like? Okay. Hold on just a second. Well,
Did you see that? Did you see that on him, Elysse?
See what?
Did you see it? I can't wait to. It was like this white, like a. Did you see it, Kim?
I closed my eyes. We'll have to look at it on the playback.
Sorry. It was like this. Anyway, go ahead. Like a white orb.
I'm just going to tell you immediately, as soon as I close my eyes and tune into your life path, I mean, I saw so many different directions. Like, you have no idea. It just went from this, and this, and this. So it's almost like you're kind of on an indecisive level right now. Have you really sat down and thought about what you want to do with your life?
Yes, I have.
All right. So, and I feel like there's so much that you're wanting to do that it's almost like you're not lost, but you're in this rut because there's so much that you want to accomplish and different directions. And you go forward with one and it doesn't feel right. So you stop and then you go a different way. Does that resonate with you at all?
Yes, it does. I was actually in September 20th of 2014, I fell and broke my back. I worked construction. I was really good at construction. And for the last like 16 months now. I've been unemployed. It's been pretty bad.
I was going to say, I got depression with you.
I wouldn't say so much depression. It's more of
You don't know who you are.
I mean, I was very successful at construction. I was on the verge of owning my own company, and that's all been taken away. So, what is the future hold?
Okay, well, this is what I'm getting real quick. I'm getting that you have to change your story. I know you're saying that you're not depressed, but it's whatever you're playing in your head over and over, like, I can't, I won't, these type of things. This is what I'm hearing, okay? And concentrate more on seeing yourself doing these things, seeing yourself having your construction business again, seeing yourself not having back pain, seeing yourself believing in yourself, and having the confidence and the faith. But I think that what you're doing is you're living in the residue of your thoughts. I feel like these are thoughts that you're having quietly alone, not that you're verbalizing these, but I feel like this is something that you're doing on the down low. And I know we're right here where everybody in the world can hear. So I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm just saying, I think if you change your thought patterns, it'll help what you create that you're putting out, because that's the first thing that I heard. He needs to stop this I'm not, I won't, I can't, I'll never kind of stuff, and start saying I will, I am, I'm going to, and even believe that you're already doing it. You already have a more successful business than you had before, with better employees, and you love it. You're thankful that this happened to you so you could get to this place. If you can change that story around, then things are going to start changing for you. And I'm actually hearing the same thing for her too. For both you guys, that's what
See, and what I'm getting from him.
For the new year, you start retraining everything that's coming in your mind a different way. Change your story. Does that make sense to you?
What I'm getting from him is I'm getting that he's kind of in that zone to where he's lost. He knows, like he said, he was very good at it, and he knows he was, and now he's not quite sure who he is, and he's trying to re-find himself. And he's looking for that old self again, and you can't find it.
Well, kind of. Not really. It's, I was, I'm 29, so I was young when I fell and hurt myself. But, the doctors told me immediately that I would never work construction again. That would just be out of the question. They said that I was lucky I didn't suffer from permanent nerve damage. But immediately I applied to go back to school. I'm currently attending school, so that's good. So I wouldn't say so much as loss. I just want to know,
Yeah, I'm not getting lost either. I just think you've got to.
Not only that, but it's, between going back to school and then obviously since I got hurt at work, there will be legal issues with that. I'm currently waiting on my attorney to get back to me on that one. But it's more of a, what is my future going to hold? Will I be successful in my new career that I want to go?
Yeah, if you believe in yourself, you will. I think the legal issues are going to be fine. Don't worry about that anymore. I did that for years myself. I'm hearing the legal issues are going to be fine. They're going to go your way. Don't worry about that. And I think school is great. I'm hearing that all of this happened to stop you from what you were doing and to get you on the path that you need to be on, because I feel like this school is going to benefit you in whatever it is you do after you finish school. I think this is a good thing for you, even though you feel like it's a negative thing or bad or whatever it is. Like, I think you're holding on to what you were, and that's gone, and you're going to be better. And I think the minute you start believing it.
I never said that, because the only loss that I would say I was, like I said, I'm young. I learned quick that if you want to be successful in construction or any field you're in, you need to know what you're doing. You need to have the tools to do what you're doing. So by the time I was 23, I was making top dollars. I was a top paid carpenter working next to people 60 years old making the same money. So I was capped out at 23. So for the next 5 years, I kind of was lost. I felt like I already had reached, I already peaked out in the field I was in, and I would never be better than that. You know what I mean? There was no room for advancement. So I needed to do something else because, 25 years old, already capped out in the field you're in, just doesn't work. So I've wanted to go to school, but I've been reluctant to do it because I was in construction. I was making really good money. But since I broke my back, I then had to go to school, and I'm worried about the school. You know what I mean? I'm doing good in school. I'm holding like a 3.9 GPA, so that's really good.
Do you hear yourself though? You're saying it right now with your own words. You're saying that you did make money. You were good at that. You're all and you're fearful about school, even though you're doing great in school and you're excelling in school. It's like you're resisting all. Instead of let me tell you this. Instead of you going swimming, remember this last week, Elysse, instead of you swimming downstream and enjoying the ride and the other fishies and the water and the birds, you're swimming upstream and fighting the whole way. Huh?
Upstream's where I need to get.
Let me ask you a question, Ben.
You can change your story. It doesn't have to be a fight.
Let me tell you a couple stories. Have you ever heard, I think his name is Morris Goodman or Morris Goodwin. He was in a plane crash and he broke his C1 and C2. If anyone doesn't know what that means, you're paralyzed, completely done, right? The doctors told him he was a vegetable. He broke almost every single bone in his body. He was bedridden, done, right? And he
said no and got up. Yeah, I did hear that.
So, at the end of the day, knowing that story and knowing that he solely had the power of his mind, he was through a. Yeah, he made a goal to walk out of the hospital by Christmas, and I'll be damned if the man did not. But all he had was his mind. So you have to, what I recommend you do is take a second and embrace the fact that yes, you broke your back. Yes, shit happens. But embrace that fact and ask yourself, do you really want to go back into construction? Because to be perfectly honest with you, what I'm picking up is that you are a very, very good helper of people. You can help people along their paths. And I feel like that's something that you need to approach and figure out what that is, because I feel that you have a very helpful heart. I feel that you're a very, very good healer in your own special way. And I think that perhaps you should move in that direction. And also,
that hit the nail right on the head.
Say that one more time.
That hit the nail right on the head.
Well, good. I'm glad. Just and embrace what happened to you, but don't let that completely consume you. You know what I mean?
Or define.
Yeah.
You break my back doesn't define who I am. And
No.
It doesn't define you, right?
But I just wanted to know if you guys had felt anything about what my future holds.
I think that
you're going to have a good future, Benjamin. You're going to have a good future. A really good future. You really are. You just need to believe it yourself. The minute you believe it, that's when it's going to happen. I mean, it's just going to be glory day. You're going to be.
I never said I didn't believe it.
No, I know you do, but it's going to be even better. Let me say it like that. That's how I need to say it.
So how often are you guys on? I like this.
Every Friday at 11:11.
At 11:11.
At
11:11.
Because this is super awesome spiritual numerology number. 11:11 is it's a very powerful number.
We're numerology girls too. We're into numerology also. And I was born on 11/11.
I was born on 11/34.
You know, I used to have a thing from 11:11 to 12:34. 1111 to 1234. I don't know.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm gonna put a website.
I feel good about that. In that time.
That's awesome.
That's no joke. For years, from 11:11 to 12:34, because of how the numbers are 1111 to 1234. I don't know. It's just during that time I've always felt good. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird.
I'm gonna
11:11. I was like, well, why 11:11?
I'm about to send you a link. So say what, Nina?
Go ahead and finish, and then I'll talk.
No, I found I'm going to put a website up here for you. It's like different numbers that that you can look up. I think it's like 1 to 25 or 2600. And you can look up the numbers that are consistent with you. But for me personally, from my understanding of numerology, those numbers are following you around because you are a healer. You do this. You're not, I mean, everybody's psychic, but I feel like you're in the you're going to do woo-woo work if you want me to get particular. And you're going to, yep, you're going to do good work in healing people, but that 1111 is the gateway. If you think about it, it's the only number that gets anybody's attention ever. 1111 is the only one that just, and if you really want to get particular, you don't ever see 2222 on the clock. You don't ever see 3333 on the clock. You see 1111. So thinking in terms of that, know that is a specific message just for you. So I'm going to send you this link and just look up 1111 and any numbers that follow, and just, take what resonates with you most, but just, yep, me too. I love 444, but just take what resonates with you most from it. Sometimes it's not, sometimes some things resonate and sometimes things don't, but they definitely, it really, that website is amazing.
I clicked on it. I'll take a look at it.
Okay, cool.
I will take a look at it. Not right now because we're talking, but
that's fine.
So yeah, every Friday at 11:11, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, and did you hear our story earlier when we were talking about just this Monday?
No,
you did. Well, just this. Oh, okay. Well, watch the replay. It's at the beginning of the when we first started talking, and it's about 111-222-333. You'll hear. It's pretty interesting, and it's funny that you said that coming on. You were definitely meant to be here today. That's interesting.
Absolutely,
I love it. I think it's great. And thank you, universe. Okay, let's talk.
Yep.
You want to stay on, Benjamin, and see if you can help Kim out and try out your skill?
I will jump off in case someone else wants to take a seat.
Okay.
If no one takes a seat, I'll jump back on.
Okay.
Perfect. That sounds great. Thanks, Benjamin.
Okay, Phoenix, tell us what's going on.
Oh my God, where do I begin? Okay. Let's see. I'll start with not childhood. I will just start with the last 11 years, because that's really when everything just came piling down on us.
Okay.
11 years ago, on the 18th of this, well, let me take it back. In May of 2014, May 2004, I had to have a hysterectomy. Okay. It wasn't wanted. It was necessary. But I found out I was lied to, that I didn't have cancer like they said I did. Then I found out that the doctor botched my hysterectomy. And my organs started falling out of me. And so in January of 2005, I had to have all of my bladder, my rectum, my intestines, and my vagina, and my urethra. I had to have them all put back up in with mesh. I started having problems immediately. Didn't know why. I was 30. And during this time, we were having problems with my son. I had a 2-year-old and a 12-year-old. And he was getting in a lot of trouble. Well, he always got in a lot of trouble, but he was still getting in a lot of trouble. And a year later, they had to cut some of the mesh out because it started protruding through the vagina. So basically from 2006 to 2012, I had to go to my doctor every month to get trigger point injections in the vaginal area for pain. Well, during this time, I just kept getting sicker, and I kept getting sicker, and I was in more pain. My son kept getting worse. In 2008, I started having seizures, just boom. And me and my husband, we both went to church. We did everything we're supposed to do now. And I started having seizures just out of the blue. Never had them in my life. The same year in 2008, I ended up getting infections in my mouth so bad that they told me if I didn't have my teeth removed, I wasn't going to see the end of the year. We didn't have any money. We didn't have any dental insurance. And my parents acted like it was too big of a deal to help me get money to save my life. But they got the money for me anyway. And then that doctor ended up doing 5 bone shavings from June of 2008 to August of 2008 instead of letting my bones deteriorate to the point to where I had to end up getting 3 posts on top and special made dentures that still don't fit right. So while this was all going on, my son got in trouble with the law with a knife. I don't remember all of it because I barely remember 2008. So things keep going on, and my son quit school, and we're dealing with my youngest son the best we can. I'm still in pain. Don't know what it is yet. I can't drive. I can't take a shower by myself. And then I find out at the very end of 2011 that it's this pelvic mesh. Now, this is when things start getting really... I find out it's this pelvic mesh. I call a lawyer. I get things moving. My doctor who put it in ends up jumping office, just retiring. And I find a doctor not far from me who says that they can remove it. They can remove it all. We go. I have surgery. I don't get better. I start having other issues because I had to self-cath myself anytime I go use the bathroom. I have not had sexual intercourse with my husband in 6 years. So when we went for my 3-month appointment, he said he couldn't get the tabs that were in the growing areas because they don't get those. They leave them in there. So now it was time that we had to go to California. I live in Georgia. I can't fly because of all my issues. We tried to do an online fundraiser and we didn't raise hardly any money. We're going to have to make 2 trips to California. One for the consult, one for the surgery. So my husband took everything out of his retirement. We bought an RV. It was a good RV. It was used, but it was an older model. It was a nice RV. We've never driven across country, and that was fun when everything was going right. We got to where we were staying. Okay, I did the tests for my consult, and the doctor told me that he could take the mesh out, and he's the only one in the United States who can fully remove the whole mesh. Just to let you know, there's over 100,000 lawsuits right now, personal litigations, not class actions. There is just an article that came out today that one company used some type of resin that wasn't even supposed to be used in the human body with their mesh. So we went We scheduled the surgery for June 5th, 2014. Well, on the way home, we started having problems with the RV. The air conditioner stopped working. We had one flat tire after another, and the RV tires are not cheap. And, excuse me, what was supposed to be a 2-week trip ended up being a 4-week trip because of the tires and that. And then our brake job, we ended up having to replace our brakes and spending an extra night somewhere that we didn't plan on spending, and that ended up costing us $1,000 that we didn't even have. So we got home, and this was in October of 2013, and we had from October to June. We got things in order the best we could. My husband took the rest of his money out. We had to take the RV to the shop, and we ended up getting, I don't even remember how much work on it, but we thought it was in good shape. We left on May 26th to head out there, and I was starting getting the renal failure. And my mom was sick. She had fallen, and she had gotten shingles, and something was wrong with her. My son, during this time, had left the house. For some reason, hated us. Started abusing me verbally and emotionally, and telling me that he wanted me dead, that he hoped I died on the operating table, that I needed to go ahead and kill myself, that I wasn't never his mom, all these things. We head out to California, and we do real good till about the time we get to Phoenix, and then the engine starts running hot. And it takes us an extra 2 days to get to California, and my husband has to take the whatever and run it straight to the fan, the battery straight to the fan, so the fan will always run to cool it. Well, as soon as we pulled into the RV park, he almost didn't stop because the brakes went out. So we parked. We were going to be there for 21 days. Okay. We thought, we're good. I had surgery. 3 days after I had surgery, my grandmother, who lives here, broke her hip. Found out that my mom actually had 7 cracked ribs, and they found something and they didn't know what it was. I was doing pretty good until the day before we left, and I started having some swelling issues in my groin area. Oh, wait. We found out at surgery, though, that the doctors that took my mesh out prior.
Phoenix, I don't want to keep interrupting you, but you know what? We've actually gone over on our show.
Yeah.
So do you
it's
have
wrong.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand you need to let this out, and I think there's lots of avenues we can help you with. But let me ask you this real quick. Do you have a specific question for us today, right now, for you in this moment? Is there something that you want to ask?
It just hurts me when everybody talks about how they've done this and they've done that, and they keep getting the blessings and the right paths, and then I'm sitting here thinking, I've done this my entire life. Why does this happen to me?
Well, can I for just a second?
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost,
because you hadn't even heard what happened to us on the way home yet. It took us 3 months to get home.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, first and foremost, and it's going to sound so simple, and I'm so glad we're on the phone because you might smack me across the face if we were looking at each other right now.
Well, be careful too, because my mom, we found out that spot is she's now in end-stage cancer. So,
oh goodness, no, what I'm going to say is everything starts within you, and you've got to start somewhere, somehow, rising above all of this stuff. And you have to find a way to love yourself. At the end of the day, that is all that matters, is you. You're the only person who lives within yourself, right?
Right.
And that being said, I feel like you're about to just bawl your eyes out, because I feel like I'm about to, okay? And it's okay to cry. You've got to release this. You have to let it go. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to do it right now. When you hang up, let it happen. But you have to understand that, and it's a process, honey. It really, really is. And it's just so important that you start to take a minute and just love you. Because at the end of the day, I feel like you have gone through, and I'm not just in this span of years that you've been going through it, but since you were a little kid, you've been going through some shit. And what you need to do is really take a minute, put a wedge in this wheel that won't stop, right? Make it, and create a new wheel, create a new cycle of life for yourself. You have the power to do that. And the first step in doing that is loving yourself and telling yourself at the end of the day that everything's going to be okay. Because and even if you have to imagine, even if you have to hug yourself, just hug yourself and say, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. And I love myself for who I am, and everything that I've gone through. It has made me a stronger person. It has got me to, yes, I'm not in the best place right now. No, I don't want to constantly reside in this place. But, who knows? Your story could heal so many people, and there's so many possibilities for you to just rise up and really be your true authentic self and not let these things bring you down. It's so hard because I know exactly where you're at. I haven't gone through those exact things, but I've gone through, and everybody has. We go through these things that constantly keep going and going and going, and you feel like it just won't freaking stop. But ultimately, you hold the power. And if at the end of the day, all you have to do is hug yourself and say, I love you, notice that and really feel those feelings. And also, a lesson that I learned from T. Harv Eker is spend 7 days, or even start doing it the rest of your life, and no complaining whatsoever. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I saying you were complaining. I'm just saying, moving forward, like Nina was telling Ben, change your story, change what you say about things, change how you perceive things, and realize that everything that has happened in the past, it's in the past. Stop reliving what happened in the past, because really you're bringing the past into your future. So what you need to do is stop it right now. There are going to be things that that hiccup, because once you make change, there are going to be residual things. There are going to be little tests, but I promise you, I'm just going to tell you right now, Archangel Raphael is standing right behind you. I'm not sure if you believe in the archangels, but he has been there the whole time, just standing with you with his hands on your shoulders, trying to get your attention. Your angels have been trying to tap you on your head for a very long time. So perhaps maybe just open the door a little bit. And I read that you can't open your windows, but what you can do is you can sit down and you can call upon the archangels, or call upon Archangel Raphael or Archangel Michael, and feel their light. Let their light come into your being and in your home. And life changes once you start working with the angels, because they're here for us. But you have to ask them for help. If you don't ask for help, you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel like there's no way out. But there is a way out. I promise there's a way out. Okay? I promise you. And I'm gonna have to disconnect, but I want you to do something for me. I want you to say, hello, my name. I think you said your name is Kim, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hello, my name is Kim. Say it for me.
My name is Kim.
And everything is gonna be okay.
I can't do that.
Okay, well, I want you to practice it, okay? Even if it's practicing saying everything. Say, hello, my name is Kim, everything, and pat yourself on the back for doing that. And then say, hello, my name is. And you could do it every week. But just, you have to learn to stop letting all of this bad stuff keep emanating in your being. Because right now, it's not happening. Does that make sense? Right now, you're where you're at. And everything is going to be okay. I can't even, I mean, on a psychic level, on a friend level, I wish I could hug you so hard right now to give you healing, loving energy. But I promise you, everything's going to be okay. Okay? And if you feel that you need to message me, go ahead, message me on Twitter, message me on, I don't know if you can message me on here. My Facebook is Body, Mind, and Spirit Nutrition. You can message me there. But I'll be more than happy to talk with you. Everything is going to be fine, though. I promise you, promise you, promise you. Yes, you can heal your life. Thank you, Lori. I had that in my head, and I totally forgot about it. Have you ever read Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life? Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I was hearing that you need to do some past life work, because I think you are bringing stuff from your past life into this life. And I think you're doing things and residuals from a past life. And I think you should try to get in touch with, or get on YouTube or whatever you have access to at your home, and do some research on past life healing, past life regressions, something like that, because this, I think, is more than you just saying, I love myself, everything's going to be okay. I think that's great advice, what Elysse is saying, and I think you will get there. But I think you're going to have to do some serious past life work first, because I think you have some type of subconscious cell memory from some traumas that you've carried from past lives into this life, and you're manifesting it and making it happen and co-creating and producing it because you're holding on to this past lives. It's not just one. And it's things from those past lives that you need to work through and work out, because you haven't done it yet. That's why you're here now, to do it. And I think once you start doing that, you're going to start getting better and getting stronger, and you're going to see a light, and you're going to see things lifting, and you lifting and getting on a higher vibration, and things getting better. And maybe you could start with what you're drinking and eating. Look at it as love. Like you're putting love into your body physically. And like when you're taking a bath, that water is love that's cleansing you and soothing you and doing these types of things. But I really, 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 really want you to do as much research as you can on past life regressions, past life healing, and talk to somebody, if you can, about doing some past life work. I think that's going to be your first step to ultimate healing. Benjamin, do you want to say something?
You got to believe in yourself. I mean, just know that you can get through this. That's pretty much all I can say. I mean, I've been there. I know how it feels to feel hopeless and helpless. And there's another side to that. You know, everything that happens for a reason. Once one door closes, another door opens. So just keep your head up and, keep moving forward.
And I'll tell you this real quick, Kim. My grandfather molested me my whole entire life. My uncle did. My cousin raped me when I was 13 with his friend, and they were older. I got raped twice as an adult. I had a C-section. My stomach split open hip to hip. I was wide open hip to hip. All the way to my uterus, had to heal from the inside out. I had a baby that died. She had 4 open heart surgeries. Her chest was cut open, split open. My family quit talking to me. I could tell you story after story. My son left home with another woman. He tried to kill himself. He went to jail. He's now perfectly fine, healthy, beautiful. but I can tell you story after story of things that have happened in my life, and I chose to change it. I chose to get out of that story. I chose to do something different. I chose to believe something different. I chose to do the work that I had to do to become a better person. I also had a hysterectomy. So I have a story that's very similar to yours, and I'm living proof that it can change. I'm living proof that you can do differently. And I'm living proof that you don't have to be that story, that person, these things that happen to you. It's your choice, and you can choose to do something differently. And when you're ready, you will. And that's why I think you're here today, because you're getting all this love from all these people that are in this group right now, and from us. And Benjamin, look at him trying his first time on it, doing it. I mean, we're all here for you, girlfriend. We've all got your back, and we're all going to be your cheerleader, your supporter. And you can do it. And just like we said at the beginning of the show, you know, I am beautiful. I'm healthy. I'm strong. You know, you're all these things. And you can and you will. I promise you. You just have to start with you. That's all. And believe it. And you'll see it change and lift. But I really recommend you do the past life thing. And one of our other soul sisters wrote on here to try Louise Hay, Heal Your Life. That's another great one. That's what you were going to say, Elysse. But I had to get the past life thing in there.
Of course you did, Mrs. Future QHHT hypnotherapist.
Girlfriend, if I knew it, I'd be doing it on her too. I'd be healing her in 1 second. I wish I could.
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, I have to disconnect so I can go pick up my baby. Thank you so much for joining. Love you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Guys, I will see you guys at 11 on Friday.
11 and Friday. If y'all want to stay on, I can pull a card for Benjamin and Kim if you guys want to. Real quick.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I got the.
Okay. You got to go? All right, guys. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Love you. I'm so humbly grateful. Thanks. Love you guys.